You know what time it is? It's the ABNG o'clock. What's up, people? It's such a beautiful day in the heart of Lagos, and I am yours truly, Akah, bringing you premium gists on this beautiful Friday weekend that is extending into Monday. Where you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 sweet days. Don't you like days like this, periods like this? We should be having actually holidays like this, like 10 times a year. In Cotonou, that's how they do. They have holiday every month like this. Also in France, yeah. Well, I'm filled with so much joy by the fact that because y'all will not have to hide your laughs under your desk, and that is my prima day. That's what I want to do. All right, so please, get your earpiece, throw it out, spread your legs, look at me with one side eye. Don't bother about getting a call from your boss. You are not watching this on your desk. You are using your own data and watching it at home. But I beseech you, put it on full fucking mode so that it will be clear. Sit back, relax, plug your channel to the TV and enjoy the show. Woo! On today's show, we will be talking about the true nationality of your president-select, and also the Bishop Feyi Daniel saga, and then Adamawa polls, and maybe one more thing before I go off, because me too, I want to go and enjoy my own holiday. Thanks. So, this our president too is indeed a mystery, because now every day we see new news about him. That is how we were all gisting about Hakimi playing games. And then David Hundeyi was like, let me give you people a little expose. So, according to facts and news, revelations from David Hundeyi, look, I gotta thank God for people like David Hundeyi. What? I have not seen an investigative journalist at par, at the same level or a bit below him like this in my life. I've never seen, not in my lifetime in Nigeria. I am almost 40 years old. I never see. This guy is an investigator. So, according to gist way there around town, is that allegedly the president-select lied when he said he is only Nigerian because he has a Guinean citizenship. I hope I'm right. Me too, I was shocked by this. If it is true, what is he guilty of? Because to be honest, like everybody in Nigeria is praying, I want double passport. I want double passport. Why can't Tinubu have a double passport? But the issue is not about him having another passport. The issue is about him lying before the courts and also having it on record on INEC information that he only has a Nigerian passport. Now, that means that he must have lied, or he's guilty of, he could be, let me correct myself, guilty of perjury. An addition to the allegation is that Presido-select allegedly does not have a regular Guinean passport. Please, not Ghanaian, Guinean or Guinea passport. He has a diplomatic passport, which means that he enjoys all the attendant rights, privileges and immunities of said state. When you consider that Guinea is known for drug trafficking and you join it with the US allegation and file that proves he's been accused of drug trafficking and drug income, we can only hope and believe and pray and know that our God will not make Nigeria the next Mexico. Nigeria will be free. Because there are even video evidence, and I saw it with my 2 eyes. I know say if you not do it if I don't see them. There are video evidence of Bants in a helicopter with the national seal of Guinea, with your president, your governor-elect, Uncle Jide Sanwo-Olu, and then a Malian national who is a powerful AD or aide of the Guinea government and has also been accused of being the mastermind of a cocaine drug trafficking ring.
Appelle-moi, chose, DTO. Appelle-moi Souma. Eh, Souma! Souma! Eh, tiens, donne-lui ça. Donne-lui ça, tu dis de le mettre à Mara.
Avion est filmé.
Il y a un autre hélicoptère. Le deuxième est parti aussi. Le deuxième est parti. Hein?
His name is Yara Osman. Yara Osman. There are video evidences of this man, pictorial evidences of this man being close to Tinubu, and they've been friends for years. They've been close companions for years. There are photos of this man with Tinubu when he was younger. There are photos of him when he was older. I mean, the video that we saw of this man in the middle of him, of Tinubu and Jide Sanwo-Olu is recent. Do you understand what I'm saying? Ha! It be like say, let me not over talk. Let me not talk. What is in my mind? All this money we then they use for bribing up and down. If you can bribe the whole of Nigeria, your money will not finish. Where is the money coming from? Now waiting, I will ask. Where is the money coming from? Is something making sense here? So we're not looking at alleged drug allegations of the past. We are saying that allegedly something may be happening now, because this guy is not just a Guinea official. Like, this guy is a strong man when it comes to like African diplomacy, or should I say African relations between presidents. He has been close to the Guinea. In fact, he was in the media, he was described as an occult AD. Occult. There are video evidences of this man with several governors, several African presidents, and everybody knows Guinea and cocaine allegedly 5 and 6. Now all of this, you can be saying, yeah, propaganda. It's propaganda to us. It's easy to, you know, to be or feel out of touch with the gist, you know, because you're just like, how real is it? I mean, that an incoming president has had drug trafficking issues in the past, and there is a current video evidence that links him and a sitting governor to a cross-country drug trafficking ring, and you might be saying, how he could consign me and my daily bread now? Will it affect the price of my small chops? But the matter concerns everybody, my dears. Now, let me share a parable with you. And you know I love Jesus. Jesus always told parables because it helped people relate to issues. The issue on ground is that a friend of mine shared with me his friend's experience in Enugu. My friend told me a friend's experience that happened in Enugu. So I was not there. Na parable. So, one day, he was driving, you know, to his area. He saw a lady standing under a heavy rain, and he stopped to lift her because the rain was heavy and it pays to be kind. But guess what? By the time he dropped her off, he later got home and realized his 520k laptop that was 1 week old was missing. He immediately messaged, you know, the group chats and was in a frenzy. He went to the police station as he was told by his friends, go to police now. He went, and they asked him to come back the next day, but he wasn't satisfied. So he went to the area where he dropped her off, and there was an army barracks there. He went in there and approached them, and they took him. After speaking with him, asking him questions, they took him behind the barracks where a full drug ring was in full operation, and asked him to identify the lady. Or let's say not a full drug ring operation, a crack house. He said when he found her, she was already high and incoherent. So once the soldiers saw that he identified her, they then took him to the chairman there, and that's where he was told that that lady, whom he had described as pretty young, and you know he had exchanged pleasantries with and dropped off the road, had taken his laptop in exchange for 25,000 naira worth of drugs. So he had to pay the drug lord 25,000 naira to collect his laptop. And as you know, this is Nigeria. The army officials that took him there, they also needed to collect their own share. After begging and upon begging and begging for price to come down, he was able to pay them some money. And then he was able to get his laptop back. A simple transaction, simple kindness, simple Samaritan move of helping a neighbor landed this man face to face with drug lords, army, police, and same traumatic experience of a girl wasted on the floor. Do you know what that can do to a human being? Do you know? Now, you can see how this issue I'm telling you of can relate to you. So guys, it is a chain. And many people are getting trapped. If with the work of NDLEA that is going on, we still have this kind of, this thing to deal with. Imagine if the number one citizen is also a dealer. May things not spoil for us in our country. In Jesus' name. And yes, you can say Akah, it's a lie. All this news, our enemies at work. I agree. My own is Shasha. Let it not be true. I don't want it to be true. Let the judiciary do their work. And if there is nothing to hide, why is Twitter and YouTube clamping down on those exposés that David Hundeyi is giving? And what's the name of that man, that doctor that is always speaking on Twitter? Why are they clamping down or bringing down the videos of Dr. Damages? Yeah. Are they not supposed to be free and fair platform? Let everybody put up their video. There's freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and all these things. David Hundeyi does everything with facts. I mean, why is Twitter now stepping into? Well, David Hundeyi has told us that his account on Twitter has been put on suspension, also on hold, following Nigerian officials speaking with Twitter people and getting him. You know why? Because they say that E-boy, our dear Elon Musk, wants lithium. So, in exchange to clamp down on the enemies, quote and unquote, of the state, and these enemies, all they are doing is revealing truth. Allegedly, our Minister of Information, Mr. Ali, we just talk to them, tell them, we will give you what you want, we will give you what you want. And all these e-boy them, all they need is profit, money. Oh, they will say, is one person Abi? Okay, we'll shut down his account. That's what's happening. Lithium for lithium. Well, I cannot say for lithium because that lithium is worth billions. But are these information and facts not meant to be left online for verification? What is freedom of media and expression then? God will beg you. Moving on, before I share this gist, let me preface this by saying I stand against rape. I stand against any injustice, sexual or non-sexual, against any human being, male or female. Now, this story looks like truth mixed with lies, so it makes it a little tricky. Or should I say, it makes it look like ill motivated. Now, Bishop Feyi Daniels is a prophet in Nigeria, a pastor, a bishop that has said a lot of things in the past against the president-elect during and before the election season. He had given a premonition and had foretold or prophesied what will go down in the elections. And as we have noticed and seen, some of the things he said it will happen, that's how it happened. As in Tokam, and so it did. One of the things he said was that Tinubu will never become the president of Nigeria, that God will arrest and things will happen. Go and find the video, watch him by yourself. I haven't forgotten you, he detailed the turn of events at the polls. Everything. The way there was violence, the way everything that happened, na in Tokam, as it happened, na so he talk. On Monday, he was arrested and charged to court immediately on a 2-count charge of rape and remanded to Kirikiri prison, placing him on 20 million naira bond and 2 sureties with properties in the state. The judge called it an accelerated hearing. What do you guys think? Now, long time when I heard this man's prophecy, I feel the prophecy, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, I was like, who is this guy? What's his spiritual genealogy? Where did he come from? I don't know him before now. even though I felt like there is truth in this prophecy. Oh yes, I like the prophecy. I'm like, God, let it happen like this. But I was just like, I know that there are soothsayers, false prophets, and most of them would still say truth, because the difference between a soothsayer and a real prophet of God is that, number one will seek for his, should I say, elevation, and will seek for fame, while the other won't. One can say true, something that is true, but one says truth. There's a difference between something true and what is the truth. The truth is a person, which is Jesus. So if prophecy does not lead to the glory of God or souls to Christ, then it's dicey, especially when it's for personal aggrandizement. So at the end, I didn't have any, like, but in my investigation of the guy, I tried to check who he is and what he is, and I saw some rape allegations on him years back. That cases had come up, a year or two ago before, So, being that rape allegation is strong, it is a strong thing to be made against someone, not to talk of a pastor. But if you look at what was done to Prophet Tomi Arayomi, who had strong opinions before the elections and said some things, because Tomi Arayomi was one of the people that said before the elections period, before Emilokan, which translates as "it is my turn," came out, he had said it, and he was not even in the country when he said it. He was abroad when he was prophesying to Nigeria and said, "Do not trust the one who says it is my turn. Do not trust the one who says it is my turn, Nigeria. He who cannot hold the flag cannot or should not be allowed to hold the country." Because later we now saw a video of Tinubu not able to hold the Nigerian flag waving in hand, fall down, come out. So later on, it's just now that they are now clamping down on these pastors. And you know that it's not the first time that the Nigerian government have been threatening to fight against pastors. So it was a time that they threatened that they will carry Poleneche. Before Poleneche even responded, it was as if Nigeria was going to go to war. When you talk about a man who has 300,000 followers in his congregation, you think it's like that, you just go and carry him. So they went to all these pastors that may be true men of God. I know Prophet Tomi Arayomi is a true man of God, but pastors that may not have huge following, so that they can make noise. But anyways, thank God Prophet Tomi Arayomi is not a Nigerian. He's a UK citizen, so he just of Nigerian descent. He came to Nigeria for the first time in his life and stayed. So they no fee hold him. They free him. He went to US. Problems. Nigeria had already been in cahoots with US government at the airport for him to enter US. Immigration held him. He was like, what is happening? They told him enter. They detained him. Not 5 minutes at his detention, a woman came in and said, Prophet, so what's happening here? She went, talked to the other guy, said, give me your passport, collected it, passed. Next thing, bam, he was allowed to enter into the country. Can you imagine? You see this country, you see this UK, US, they are all scams. Anybody that is saying they are different, is a lie. They are aiding and abetting Nigerian corruption. They do not want your country to get better. I can tell you this for a fact. UK, US, and the European countries are benefiting from the corruption and the underdevelopment of Africa, and it is showing. It's showing. Anyways, let me go back to the points before I enter this thing. My own is just to come and give news and my opinion. So, as they've carried, Prophet Amarami, who had strong opinions about the presidential elections as well. He was arrested by DSS, just bundled up, he and his wife and his PA. Can we say that there is a connection here? This is smelling like a fish stew. Guys, something smelling fishy. Thankfully, Prophet Tomi, like I said, has left the country. In fact, after that thing happened, he just left country. He just said, I'm no more doing in Nigeria for now. Let me just take care of my kids, put them abroad. But arresting prophets for being prophets. Omo. Now, wow. Now you see this rape allegation now that he had been having for 2 years. Why is it now that they want to expedite it? Why is it now that the judge is sure that they can prove a rape case, because before, when you report somebody to court, it's like they are protecting men that rape. They'll say you can't prove it, bring the proof. Something that's happened years back, how will you prove it? Make we see. But they put this man in Kirikiri prison. Other rape allegations, other pastors that they accused of rape, did they put them in prison? Did they hold them in cell? I'm not supporting or nailing anyone here. If Bishop Daniels truly raped those women, he should be made to face the full extent of the law as any other person who is guilty of the offense should be. So it should not be selective. It should not be the poor. The law that applies to the rich should be the same law that applies to the poor. The same law that applies to the poor should be one that applies to the rich. If not, then I hope that this madness can stop, because you can't keep jailing people because they hold different views or they say they are mine. That is oppression, period. That's dictatorship. It's dictatorial. It's anarchy. You are brewing anarchy. Which one is accelerated hearing? See, Musa is tired of seeing things at the gates. Waiting. Why not use this same accelerated hearing phenomenon for the case Peter Obi has brought with LP against the election results? No, when I no go use them. But if it is potential shut up people, to shut up people that are speaking the truth up, or holding youths, because during NSAS we saw how they held people down, court was moving, when I go sabi accelerate. Baladash. Well, hopefully we have the same viewpoint on this matter, because I want you to subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and comment. And if you have different views, still subscribe and comment your dissenting opinions. I want to have conversations with you. I mean, we're not enemies, we just have different opinions, and that is fine. I choose to coexist with you. I will not arrest you without reason and accelerate the case. Okay? My people, when I say Nigeria is pure cruise, I don't mean a cruise ship, because this country is not a joke. It's not a joke in Jesus' name. Our country is running well. Our country is doing fine. By God's grace, we speak it into being. Now, where does a returning officer stand up in the middle of an election recount? That's an electoral official, and declare the winner, and then goes home, like literally leave the hall like nothing happened. Oga was telling them, if you now know they satisfied, if you now know they satisfied, go to court. But what I'm saying is, a state had elections. They are in the middle of counting election results. This man has not yet seen results. He just declared the winner is so and so. Thank you so much. Stood up and left. Ha! Well, this incredulous something happened in Adamawa State too. So what would have been the first female elected governor was marred with a lot of irregularities, that it was a total sham of an election. During the governorship elections, the good people of Adamawa showed up to vote, and counting started. They were counting, and then Aishatu Binani was declared the winner. Everyone was like, oh yeah, make we dey celebrate, we go pop champagne. I did my house, so my EA sent me the news. We celebrate our first female governor in Nigeria, and she's from the north. I said, trash. If you don't know anything, go and check the history of this woman, the people she's worked with, and the people who are supporting her, the people who are funding her political agenda, and the contract she's gotten from government, and the sham she did. Nobody should be sentimental because he's a woman. Check her history. Now in my EA, enter back like worm. Emmanuel, if you're watching. Sorry. Anyways, that's how people, as they, that day, they say, is how Iyankechi, good night, we don't leave street, make una enjoy una governor. I mean, but for the first time in a while, dividing political supporters came together and celebrated. Feminists online were screaming, yay. Men who are looking for the progress of, state said, yay, because again, having a woman front as the leader, and, it seemed, aesthetically pleasing, and it felt like she gave a different face to the rule of oppression. And so it was easy to get distracted. So everybody celebrated. But of course, people like us weren't fooled. Now, the first elected female governor she became from the north, which was significant. I said Nigeria is trying. Abi, Shebi, Ashe, we can duplicate this in everywhere. Hopefully, people like Obi Ezekwesili can have a drag at it and become Nigeria's president. I mean, you never know. Little did we know that the path to this excellency of hers was not excellent. If you know, you know. Mr. Obi, don't talk am. Say, if the path to excellency is not excellent, then please cancel it. This woman's path was not excellent, because later on we began to now see proof of elections officials and political personalities that went in to malign the process. Before my proverbial Iyankechi will enter Marwa to reach her yard that night, as they say good night from election, from the election queue, they have ordered for a recount of the votes. The opposition party, Para, citing a number of irregularities. Oh yeah, now then they recount. Shebi, people say this woman is the, oh, let's recount. She's the governor, make we recount. As they were recounting, that's how in the middle of the counting, the returning officer, that's the INEC official, stood up and declared winner again and mentioned her name. Waiting be this one. Watch the video.
I respect you as a father.
You cannot.
I respect you as a father. Please don't do this.
You cannot do this.
Please, as a father.
You are not the returning officer.
You are not the returning officer.
Wait for the returning officer. By law.
Oh no. Oh.
You are not the returning officer.
I plead with you with all due respect. Don't do this.
No. How? Thank you very much. How?
Nigerians will always make you laugh. Not because it's funny, not because it is a coping mechanism, because what in God's holy name is this, bye? See, that was a nonsense thing to do by the INEC official. And INEC has since said that they will prosecute the man. And I hear that INEC even held a closed door meeting to discuss the palaver that ensued in Adamawa, because we've heard again, that this woman paid 2 billion naira, allegedly. So that man, he could not wait. See, he's just like, make una count which you won't count. If that counting still come, I know fit talk the real way, because I know, say this woman be the winner. I know my account is screaming her name. Adamawa, I hope some good finally comes out of this your Nazareth too. It will be good to see people for their wickedness and insensitivities. But what was not good? No. Was that people were enraged by what the INEC official did, and they lost their cool. Apparently, they saw his look-alike on the road and thought it was him, and they beat up this poor man.
Now,
just wear your trouser,
Now,
over 60 years now.
They beat up this man, thinking it was him. I mean, that is every shade of wrong. We don't do that. We don't respond to evil with evil. Come on now. You are frustrated, and rightfully so, yes. But what makes you different from the leaders you criticize if you suffer, or if people suffer when you don't feel happy, or you make people, go through heinous things just because they are opposing you? Come on, we can't do that. We can't do that. I'm not going to lie. This man looks exactly like the man the INEC commissioner who did that rubbish. Apparently, this man that they beat up, stripped naked, is a university chancellor. It's so sad. It's so sad. Please, mob action is not a good thing. Never has been and never will be. Please, let us use the right ways to correct our leaders. Please, the right way, use the right measures. Away from all this hula baloo, of course, we will always end on a light note and give you good news, so that at least you will see that something good is happening in the country. when we see a good thing, we should support it. See, our girls making us proud. Check this video out.
Hi, I'm Daniel Vera.
And I'm Ekundayo Oluwadamilola.
And we're the team captains of Team Aurora. We're a group of young girls with passion for innovation and technology.
Despite our limited resources, we've been able to create some pretty amazing inventions. We've been involved in various national competitions, receiving awards, and competing against other schools.
We've qualified for the first robotics competition in Australia, and we need your help to get there.
We've represented Queen's College at these competitions locally, but we've missed out on international events due to financial constraints. But this time, we're determined to make it.
This is an opportunity to demonstrate our exceptional skills and innovative thinking.
It's a chance for us to put Nigerian girls on the map and show the world what we're really capable of.
I've always loved technology, and being a part of this team has been an incredible experience. Aside from the practical aspect, the program is also interested in how and what we learn. I'm so proud of what we've accomplished so far, and I know that if we get a chance, we'll be able to do more. I mean, learning robotics was a lot of work and also a lot of fun.
Sponsor us in this year's robotics competition, not only to showcase our exceptional talent,
but also to be an inspiration to young girls in Nigeria who love technology and are pushing it.
Make our dreams come true.
There you have it, guys. These girls have put in the work. They are girls that have the potential to become inventors of tomorrow. I beg. This is the kind of thing that we should have been supporting and promoting from 20 years back. Not even now. You understand? So please, let us support and amplify their voices. Let us, make sure that these girls go to Australia by June. I'm going to put a link to their GoFundMe account in the description box or the description panel down below. Add your contribution if you can. It will definitely go a long way in helping them. Our reputation normally in the international stage is somehow. I'm not even gonna lie. So I mean, it's good. There is good. There is a lot of good Nigerians doing stuff, but the country itself has a really bad image, and it is only being saved by the reputation of individuals from the country. So please, let's try. Let us outweigh the bad that our politicians are doing with our own personal good. All right. Yo, you don't sometimes know the importance or value of what you've got until you don't have it at the moment. It's like having a tiny wound on your baby toe. It go pepper you in. You see that small toe on your leg that you always just discard. If you have wound there, you start seeing symptoms of headache, lack of sleep, you name it. It's just because of one tiny toe. You realize how important every part of your body is. Imagine being born without the ability to see. Like, it's actually unimaginable, except you are there right now. First and foremost, if you are listening to this episode and you can't see, or you are watching this episode and you are dealing with one disability or the other, I love you and I acknowledge your tremendous strength and willpower. I'm rooting for you as you navigate life, and I pray that every day your life becomes more wholesome and that you get to enjoy refreshing blessings. Yeah. Now, this is a video of children who have had eye issues since they were born, some of them, and it affected their sight. Thanks to medicine, they were given glasses and they saw for the first time. Check out the reactions.
He already hates it. Christian, open your eyes, buddy. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hey, Munchkin!
That was lovely, innit? I shed a tear too. If you didn't cry while watching that video, take a moment, I permit you. Take a moment and cry now. Oh yeah? Let me see those tears. Show it to me. Good. It's been such a productive time with you guys. I hope you guys loved this episode, and I hope you please subscribe and share my video, and make sure you also have a wonderful holiday. I'm thinking of you. Please think of that one more person that you will share this my video with. All right, let's all be friends. All right, yeah, let's get a time to relax, this weekend, and enjoy our life. Okay, don't hold goodness, don't hold it. If you have meat, share with us. Thanks. Bye bye.